never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
Yo, everybody. Yo, this is your boy, King Lion, and welcome to the Dual Ace channel. Yo, how you guys doing on this amazing day? Yo, today we are going to be talking about SummerSlam. SummerSlam is tomorrow and Sunday, and this is going to be my predictions on every match going on during SummerSlam weekend. Now, this was supposed to be two videos, but I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to make it into one because right now I'm kind of a little bit busy and stuff. So I best if I did make it into one. And basically we can. Instead of you guys just going to watch one video and then watching another one, you guys can just watch it all at once. So please like, comment, subscribe. I know I've been away from wrestling and basketball for a bit. I've been handling other topics on this channel, but we're back at it. We're back at it here for SummerSlam, and yeah, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this. So the first match I'm going to be talking about is Dominic Mysterio versus Danhausen. Now, this is going to be a quick one. Yeah. Who I want to win is Dominic. I think Dominic needs a win because, since I'm gonna be honest with you, since maybe since WrestleMania, he haven't really been doing anything really meaningful, and he haven't been winning really big matches since WrestleMania, really. So to me, I think the best move for Dominic in his career, basically, Dominic right now, is to win. But I know who WWE going to give the win to. It's going to give it to Danhausen because Danhausen is one of the biggest names out here right now. So to me, I want Dominic to win, but I'm going to have to go with Danhausen. And on this one, I have no problem with Danhausen. Yep, New York Knicks win a championship, and hey, but I do win. But if Dominic do win, I won't have a problem with that either. But right now, my prediction is Dominic's going to lose to Danhausen. So next topic. Next match we're going to be talking about is for the United States Championship with Baron Corbin, the returning Baron Corbin, facing off against Mr. Whoop That Trick, Mr. Lemon Pepper Stepper, Mr. The Anointed One, Trick Williams. Now, Baron Corbin made his return back to WWE 2 or 3 weeks ago when he attacked Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. He got the match, and I do like Baron Corbin. I like this version of Baron Corbin. He's back. I hope he becomes. I hope the theme song that I hear is the end of days theme song. When he first showed up the WWE, because that was his best theme song basically. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But overall, he's not winning. Let's cut this very short and simple. He's not winning. It's going to be Trick Williams. Trick Williams is walking out with the United States Championship. I don't see him losing that belt until either Carmelo Hayes take it off of him or either somebody else. But I don't think he's losing the belt at SummerSlam. I don't think so. Pretty much. So I got Trick Williams retaining in it, and I don't know. Maybe Baron Corbin might take the belt off him at the next pay-per-view, or maybe the pay-per-view after that, or maybe Carmelo Hayes. But I'm staying with Whoop That Trick. I'm staying with Mr. Lemon Pepper Stepper. Trick Williams is retaining in the United States Championship. Next match, I'm going to be talking. Next match for the for the interim women's WWE Women's Championship. In a ladder match. Now, we still don't know who's going to take that fifth spot. But in my opinion, I think it's going to be Lash. So we're going to have Jade Cargill, Lash Legend, Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green. Yeah. Can't believe she's even in this match. But there's no way in hell they're gonna let her win. Win. They can't be. WWE's not that crazy to let this girl win. Win the interim championship. We would never hear the end of it, basically. So, who do I think? Who do I want? I'm gonna say who I want to win and who I don't want to win. If Last Legend in the match, I do think I want her to win because it would be interesting to see her as women's world champion, and it would be a good, not women's world champion, WWE women's champion, even if it's only interim. And it would be a great thing. It would be a great way how to push her into the main event scene then when Rhea shows up. So, okay, but who I think is going to win? There's only two people, in my opinion. There's only two people I think, two people I know that might walk out with the interim women's championship, and that is Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair. Now, this is what I'm going to say about this. Charlotte should have won Queen of the Ring. Let's cut the bullshit where the bullshit made. Charlotte should have won Queen of the Ring, and she should because we knew Rhea was not going to be ready for SummerSlam. She should have won, and then it should have been an interim one-on-one match between her and for the interim WWE Women's Championship match between her and Jade. That what should have happened, but WWE wanted to make a ladder match, so hey. But one of those two women are walking out with the belt. Now, in my prediction, Lash winning tonight and then winning at SummerSlam and then when at SummerSlam happen, okay, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised, but I won't be mad about it. All I know is Tiffany. It might be in her hometown, but it's not. She already won. She already the United in the Women's United States champion. They're not going to give her two belts. They're not going to do that, and there's no way in hell they giving that belt to Chelsea Green. So we can move forward from that. My picks and my who I won. One is Jade, Charlotte, and Lash. Who I think gonna win? Jade and Charlotte. Now, next match we're gonna be talking about is the number one contendership match between Sami Zayn and Finn Balor. Now, I'm gonna say this for everybody. I'm gonna say this to everybody. I do think WWE effed over Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn should be going on a rampage. I think Adam Pearce need to be fired for what he did to Sami. I think that because it made no sense. And I understand why Sammy's saying what he's saying because it's like I'm not even on Raw and I have to defend the WWE Championship 9 days after I won it. Like, come on, okay? You didn't do that to Roman. You didn't do that to Cody. You didn't do that to anybody else. So why it had to be him? And then when Cody's gone, now I have to face Punk. It made no sense whatsoever. And and I understand why Sammy feels like he got screwed over. Why he feels like the authority people, the higher ups, don't want to see him as champion. Understandable, and that's why I am rooting for Sammy to win this match. I know Finn Balor have been going on a good run. He have been winning since he showed up SmackDown, and I wouldn't have a problem with him versus Punk again. But I want to see the rematch between Punk and Sammy. I do think Sammy deserved his rematch. He never got it, and that's why I gotta say I'm going for Sammy to win this match. Now, the next match we're going to be talking about is for the IC title. Penta versus Chad Gable. And overall, I gotta say this. Chad, you grew on me. That Grande Americano match grew on me. Like, if you guys watch watch the videos going back since the beginning of the Dual Aces, I'm gonna be honest with you. I always been talking bad about the Grande Americano situation, but after that match, okay, I always say it was stupid. I always say it was it just didn't make no damn sense. But after that match, that match is made between match versus match. Chad Gable just grew on me, and that's why I gotta say I gotta root for him to win. I want him to win. It's in his hometown, and it's the title that he's been chasing for since the middle of 2023. Like, that guy really been crashing and clawing for that title, and it would, and I would feel bad if he didn't win that title at SummerSlam. I think he should win. And he has to win basically. Now, not saying that Penta haven't been a good IC champion. He had been great with it, but I think it's time to just move the belt along and give it to someone else that needs it and deserves it, and that's Shad Gable. So I got Shad Gable walking out as the new IC champion, and after SummerSlam, and I see him hugging his family and having a good moment. I think they need to come down with a little bit of confetti because, to be honest, after all the struggle that brother went through to get a single title, he needs a big moment. So I got Chad Gable, new IC champ. Okay, so next match, the 6-woman tag team match between Fatal Influence and there's Fatal Influence versus the Bella Twins and Paige. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest with ourselves. Like this match is just basically just a preview of what's going to happen going on with the new feud because it's going to be Fatal Influence versus the Bella Twins going forward to get the tag team titles back. And back so we can get the moment of Brie and Nikki winning the tag team titles. So this is just a preview of this. And overall, I'm going to say this. I think we should. I think the Bellas and Paige need to make a faction, like a real women's faction, isn't? And if you can bring AJ Lee into it as well, because all four of them will be on SmackDown, because she would be going where Punk is going, and Punk is on SmackDown. So and these four are like the cornerstones of the Divas Revolution. And to me, if they made a faction like now, I think it will really boost up the ratings for the women's a lot more, and I think it would bring more attention to the women's division as well. So that's my opinion, and I do hope they do it soon because if you guys saw my short and you guys heard on Brie and Nikki's show, and so Nikki had confirmed like late 2017, no, late 2027. That mean if it means late, that mean it had to be maybe December, October, or November. And okay, she is retiring from pro wrestling, so I think this has to be soon because we only got maybe a year. If we started right now, we got about a year and a half left of Nikki, and I think Brie will be following suit. So they need to make this faction pretty much now, basically. So that's my opinion. But overall, who I think winning? Come on. Is Nikki, Brie, and Paige. They walking out with the win. They win. I think Fatal Influence needs a win on a big stage. I think they do need a win, and and also I do feel like, no disrespect, JT Jane got screwed out of that ladder match. She should have been in, not Chelsea Green. I feel like she got screwed, but overall, I think they're going to give it to the OGs, and they're going to give it to Nikki, Brie, and Paige. So my prediction of this 6-woman tag match, okay, the Divas Revolution, aka Nikki, Brie, and Paige, they are walking out with a win. Now we are getting into a match that, let's be honest here, we all predicted this is going to happen once once Gunther been pushing Nick all his buttons. It's going to be the Ring General, the career killer, Gunther against, well, the man who is coming back from wrestling after 3 years. The man returned, the treasure, the natural, the man who holds the 10 pounds of gold for almost 1,000 days. You know him from TNA as Magnus, but we all know him as Nick Aldis. Now, what do I expect from this match? I expect classic wrestling, mat wrestling to the perfection. I believe that both of their styles are so identical that it's going to be a show. It's going to be a great match. I do predict this might be a 4-star match, pretty much. And I see a whole lot. I see a whole lot of mat wrestling. I see a whole lot of submissions coming from Nick Aldis and Gunther. I see Gunther maybe holding the tempo a little bit in the middle of the match, and then at the end, Nick Aldis coming up with a little bit of the stink, coming back with a little bit of a comeback situation. But overall, who I think, and who I want to win this is this. I think we know who I want to win in Nick Aldis. I think this is his dream to be in the WWE, to wrestle and to wrestle on a big stage, and it would be so great to see him wrestle. It is so great to see him win at SummerSlam, but they don't call Gunther the career killer for nothing. And after loss after loss after loss loss at um at about what, maybe 3 or 4 PLEs, if we count like Saturday Night Main Event as a PLE, they gotta give Gunther gotta get at least a, I'm not gonna say a big win, but at least a meaningful win. So I do think Gunther will win. I don't want him to win. I want Nick to win, but I see Gunther walking out with the W. So between Gunther and Nick, I got Gunther walking out. The ring general, the career killer, is gonna add an extra notch on his resume. So we're down to 4. Down to 4. My bad. We're not down to 4. I'm joking with you. We're down to 5 matches left, and the 5 matches left. I'm not gonna say I totally forgot, but it kind of went over my head. The Bloodline. The Bloodline. I can't. How could I forget about the Bloodline with the Usos and Jacob Fatu against Solo Sikoa, L.A. Knight, and Royce Keys. Now, this 6-man tag team match is gonna be good. This is good. It's gonna be real good. It's gonna be a whole lot of fighting. Gonna be a whole lot of tables being destroyed. It's gonna be a whole lot of brawling going on here. But the big question is, do I see? And the big question going into this match is Solo going to rejoin the family? Is Solo going to rejoin the Bloodline? Or is he just going to be, or is he going to stay out of it? My opinion about it, he's not joining the Bloodline. He's not joining the Bloodline because, let's be honest here, Solo is now a babyface, basically. You see the reaction that he got from the crowd? You see what he got from the crowd last Monday? They love him. He's a babyface. There's no way in the world he's going to join. He joined the Bloodline after everything that's going on. So I don't predict him being in the Bloodline, but I do predict somebody will show up. I do believe the Bloodline going to add one more member. I do believe so. I'm not going to say who, but it's a very special name on the indies that have been teased to be showing up to WWE. WWE, and he is part of the Samoan bloodline. So stay tuned for that. Not gonna give any spoilers or anything. But who's gonna win the match between the bloodline against LA, Solo, and Royce? Well, I do got the bloodline walking out with a dub. The person I do believe they're gonna pin is maybe Royce. I don't think they're gonna pin LA, and I kind of don't think they're gonna pin Solo, but I most likely they're gonna pin Royce, or they're either gonna pin Solo, and that would be a surprising. But more or less, it's gonna be Royce. I do believe. I think Jacob is going to get the pin, but I also believe they're gonna be like a little bit of a standoff between Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu. So I predict that's going to happen as well. But the team that I got winning is the Bloodline. got to acknowledge them. You know, so that's who I got winning the 6-man tag team match. So now we're definitely down to 4. And you know what that means, right? 4. We're getting closer to the main event. A triple main event, if you're going to be honest with you. But we got to start off. But we got to talk about one more match that people have been talking about as well, and that's the women's world championship match between the Queen of the Ring, Io Sky, and against the WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. Now, I said this once, I said this again. Io Sky should have never won Queen of the Ring. It should have been Charlotte. But what done is done. I can't say okay. I know Triple H love himself a little bit. Love himself some Io Sky. So of course they gotta give her the win. But do I think she's going to win the Women's World Championship? No, no way in hell. They're not gonna let Liv lose two PLEs and lose at 2 big PLEs in a row. They're not gonna do that. They not. Okay, I don't know if the Judgment Day is going to interfere. I don't know how this is going to play out. But I do see Liv Morgan walking out with the title because I do see, and let me just make this perfect clear. I see Liv Morgan holding on to this title until maybe WrestleMania. Yeah, okay, because I think at WrestleMania somebody is going to cash in the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, and they're going to cost Liv the match. Now, I think we all know who's going to be the favorite going into Money in the Bank coming up in October. If you don't know, she is a prodigy, and I do see I see her catching in on Liv. So I got Liv walking out with the title. I got Liv walking out with the women's world title. Io's going to try her best, but it's not going to happen. But also on top of that, I also see Stephanie Fouquet returning, and then after the match, to do a face-off with Liv. So that's what I think. And I think going to happen as well. But the person who's walking out with the Women's World Championship, just watch her. Is Liv Morgan. So next, so now we're down to the triple threat. Not the triple, well, the triple threat the triple threat. And when I say triple threat, I mean 3 block key main events. Now we know that only 2 of them are going to main event, but all 3 of these could main event the pay per view. It could main event the pay per view. So the first one we're going to be talking about is Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk undisputed WWE Championship match. And let's be honest here, we are all tired of Cody in the WWE Championship. Let's be 100% honest here. We are all tired of seeing Cody walk out with the WWE Championship. Now, Cody, I have no problem with him as champion, but it's like we need a little bit of fresh air. And I know Punk is not really fresh air because we just saw him as World Heavyweight Champion, but it's like having Cody win against Punk is like going back to the status quo, and then it would be like, why did he even lose the belt in the first place? Yeah, but it would make no sense whatsoever. And I don't think that's what the fans want to see. I think what the fans want to see is Cody going for maybe the United States Championship or being far away from the WWE Championship, maybe for a few months, hell, even for a year, maybe, because it's like everywhere the WWE title goes, Cody has to go, and it kind of gets a little bit too much. So I see Cody losing to Punk. I don't think it's going to be shenanigans. I don't think it's going to be like no dirty tactics. I think the best man is going to win, and I think Punk is just going to pin him with GTS. It's going to be a 1-2-3, and I think we are going to see maybe a heel Cody Rhodes coming up very soon. I know multiple people said that before, but I really think it's going to happen. So I got CM Punk walking out with the WWE with the undisputed WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes. So CM Punk for the win. Now we're going into hell, And when I mean hell in a cell. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. No one knew this was going to be a trilogy. No one knew this was going to be as good as it was. WrestleMania. We all kind of expected Oba to win. We kind of wasn't okay. At Clash in Italy, we expected Lesnar to win, and now in this match, I don't I don't think it, I think people are expecting Oba to win. I really do think so, but I think there are people that are hoping Brock do win as well because this could be Brock's last match. And I know I know, and this is what I want to say about this. I understand what Brock did. I understand what the allegations was. I understand about all of that outside of the ring, but that's outside. And that's outside, and I understand. I'm not condoning it. I'm not even effing with it. Effing with it. But I'm not talking about the guy outside the ring. I'm talking about the guy inside the ring. And if this is Brock Lesnar's last match, I want to say thank you for giving us great matches. Thank you for giving us a great runs with championships. I'm not just talking about WWE. I'm talking about in New Japan. I'm also talking about in UFC. I just want to say thank you for everything that you did. And if this is your last match, I hope you go out big, and I hope you go out strong. So yeah, but I think it is time to put down Old Yeller. So I think it is so who I think is going to win this trilogy inside Hell in a Cell. It's going to be brutal. There's going to be blood. It's going to be carnage. But the one who's walking out, and he's going to be known as the new Beast Slayer, the ruler, Oba Femi. And now, the main event. One more match. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, brother versus brother. And before we get into that, I just want to say this. You see how King of the Ring was a bunch of bullshit? It made no sense whatsoever. I just want to say that. It made no sense. Oba wins, but he don't got the title shot. Seth lost in the first round, but he got the title shot at SummerSlam. King of the Ring was a waste of time, basically. It was. And it was. Just throwing that out there. But back to the main event. Roman versus Seth, brother versus brother. 12 years of history. No, not even 12. I think 14 years of history with them. From the Shield, from the heights of the century, from Money in the Bank, to Royal Rumble, to WrestleMania 40, to WrestleMania 41. Their careers have been together for years, and I know in the big matches usually Seth wins against Roman. He's like two. I think he's 2-0 against Roman in big matches, but it's like these guys. And like I don't see Roman losing. Let's be 100% honest here. Roman got to win because Roman got to win. I don't see Seth walking out. But I am going to say this: I am grateful that they are acknowledging how this story went. I love what they did with him and with Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson against Tyrese Halliburton and Seth Rollins. I love that standoff. I love seeing the promo battle that these guys had. I love seeing how much of history that these guys have together and stuff. These guys are brothers. Like they don't have to have the same mother or father to be brothers. And you see the betrayals, you see the anger, you see the sadness, you see the happy moments, you see all of it. And I gotta say, the Shield is one of the best one of the best factions of all time, and these two guys, these two guys with John Moxley, is some of the best wrestlers of all time, basically. So, who I think going to walk out with the World Heavyweight Championship? Well, I already said his name a few times already. I got Roman walking out with the World Heavyweight Championship. But I do believe we're going to see a 5-star classic, and might even be 6 stars, because this is how good these two are together, and these two are going to put on a show like never before. But at the end of the day, Seth, at the end, you're going to be Seth. You maybe are great, but you're not the tribal chief. You're going to be looking up to the lights while you see Roman Reigns standing tall. You're going to see him standing tall with the WWE Championship, not WWE Championship, with the World Heavyweight Championship, and with his finger up to the air, telling everyone to acknowledge him. So, Roman Reigns is who I got winning winning in the main event of SummerSlam and retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Thank you for tuning into this video. And please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, we're almost at 700 subscribers. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, let's try to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers before the summer ends. Okay, I promise. Okay, I promise you, we're going to be dropping more content more frequently and stuff. Okay, and also, I hope you guys have a great SummerSlam weekend. Okay, tell me down in the comment section below who do you guys think is walking out from each match, and also. And so show some love. Love to the TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. See ya. Have a good SummerSlam weekend, everybody. Let's get to it.